Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon, and I do have a hobby. And my hobby is that I'm a rail enthusiast. Basically, I'm a train spotter. And I also enjoy travelling to different places by train. I am not on YouTube to make myself famous. I do these shows for basically fun. And if my journey is going to plan or not, guess we're going to have to watch this show to find out. Welcome to Simon Train's Railway Journeys. Hello everyone, welcome to this video diary, blog, whatever you want to call it. We're at Warrington Trent Valley and we are travelling to Bradford today. Hopefully we should get 3 steam locos. But that's it really, so I'm going to go now. Except that's not going to happen. Because there's engineer works in the Manchester area, the first tour to get the Flying Scotsman at Warrington is cancelled. Fair enough, can't be helped. Next, Northern on strike. Literally, they have really crippled it today. Just to show you how bad it is, Bradford Forster Square station, there's one train that left about nearly 10 minutes ago to go to King's Cross. And the next train to arrive at Bradford Forster Square won't be until 22:20 tonight, when that London North Eastern Railway comes back from King's Cross. Bradford Interchange, which is where we're going, has only got Bradford to York services. And I was planning to go to Carforth again to get the second rail tour, the Cumbrian Mountain Express. And there's only buses to Carforth from Lancaster. In fact, there's buses from Lancaster to Barrow, and I think Lancaster to Skipton. So really, they have really crippled the network. So what I'm doing today is a kind of a last resort plan, believe it or not. We'll go to Warrington as normal, because I already booked that ticket before the engineer works, before they cancelled Scotsman's trip. I'm going to film Warrington. Then I'm going to go to Preston, spend 4 hours in Preston. Then I'll go back to Warrington, to walk across Warrington Town Centre to Warington Central, to get a train from Warington Central to Sheffield, because I was planning to go by Manchester, but there's no advance tickets out of Manchester, so I had to do it this way. Once I get to Sheffield, I got a 45-50 minute wait to get a train to Wakefield Westgate at 17:21. Now this is where it gets interesting, because I've got to walk it through Wakefield to get to Wakefield Kirkgate, to get the Grand Central at 1831, sorry, to Bradford Interchange. As I say, this plan today is a last resort plan, unfortunately. Had to do it this way because there was no other way. I was trying to avoid replacement buses as well, because there's even replacement buses from Wigan, Preston to Manchester, and also from Blackburn to Bradford Interchange by Tom Hendon Bridge. So I had to make the most of this plan. Hope you enjoy it, because I might enjoy it, I might not enjoy it. Let's see how today goes. And there's also replacement buses on our line today. I'm now walking down a back street in Stafford to get to McDonald's for some breakfast. I've got time actually because I've got about a good 40 minutes, well, it's just 7 o'clock, so it's actually 34 minutes before my train to Warrington from Stafford. There's a few trains that you can get a direct train from Stafford direct to Warrington. We'll be going on one of them, which stops at Crewe. Once we get to Warrington though, we will be doing some filming, but I think we're getting the Reavers that are terminating there today because of engineering works and all the Virgin stuff that stops there, basically.
Ladies and gentlemen, Management Handling speaking, we will be shortly arriving at Crewe. Any customers for Chester, Bangor, London and Wrexham on the head, Shrewsbury, Cardiff, Wrexham, Sandbad, Winslow, Manchester Airport, Manchester Piccadilly, Stormont-End, Derby, Queensborough, Hartford, Runcorn, Liverpool, Lang Street, please change at Crewe. Before leaving the train, please remember to take all your personal belongings and baggage with you. Train doors will not be released until the train comes to a complete stop at the station platform. When leaving the train, please mind the gap between the station platform and the train. Shortly arriving at Crewe. Thank you.
Warrington Bank Quay station is one of two stations serving the town centre of Warrington. The other station is Warrington Central, which will be shown and covered later on. The station opened in 1868 by the London North Western Railway. The station consists of two island platforms, with the western island buildings dating from the 1950s. The station used to have 5 platforms on the high level, 4 through platforms and a north-facing bay platform on the west island platform, but saw no passenger use after electrification in 1972. Next door to the station is a huge Unilever detergent manufacturing plant which stands overlooking the site. The station also had a low level which were below the West Coast Main Line, which were platforms 6 and 7. The low-level platforms closed in 1965, but the line is still used for freight traffic. The station also had some media coverage during February 2009 due to a sign erected banning people from kissing from its drop-off point. The reason stated is to avoid queues as the station became busy, but the sign was removed 3 weeks later. as the Blackpool South train's just departed, we're at Preston Station. Les Ross, which is the Class A6 electric locomotive, will be coming in on this platform here. So I'm going to go over to the platform where that Paisley's just left. But this was the tour I was supposed to get at Carnforth leaving, but I can't now because there's no way of getting to Carnforth in time for the steam loco to leave Carnforth to carry on to Carlisle. So unfortunately we have to make do with the electric locomotive, which isn't a fair bad thing because I've never got Les Ross nor for a crew before. But after that we're going to be doing some filming at Preston, and then we've got another charter about just after 1 o'clock, which is a steam locomotive, unknown which one at the moment, which is the Brief Encounter charter, which is doing a Hellifield circular, and then we're going to leave here to go back to Warrington just before 2 o'clock. Well, I've done the north end of Preston station, done some hourly filming there. Out of 2 trains I did get, wasn't too bad to be honest. I did get the Blackpool Terminator arriving, and I did get a train to London Euston, but other than that, it's been alright actually. So we're going to do the south end now, and see what we could do with the south end. It should be much easier than the north end of the station to be honest. But we'll see how it goes. Preston Station was opened on the 31st of October 1838 by the North Union Railway as the opening line from Wigan to a station on the present day site at Preston Station. The second passenger railway into Preston was the Preston and Longridge Railway, which opened as a horse-drawn tramway on the 1st of May 1840 into its terminus in Deepdale Street. But it was converted to steam in 1848 but didn't run any trains into the North Union Station until 1885. The Lancashire and Preston Junction Railway was the third line which opened on the 25th of June 1840 and was used in the North Union Railway Station, but, however, the relationship between the two companies soured, and the Lancashire and Preston Junction Railway used Maxwell House Railway Station instead, which was north of the North Union Railway Station. Preston's fourth railway was the Preston I Joint Railway to Fleetwood, which opened on the 16th of July 1840, but used its own terminus at Moorland in Leeton Street. Fifth railway to arrive in Preston was the Bolton and Preston Railway for the 22nd of June 1843, which joined onto the North Union Railway Exton, but the company used Maxwell House Station instead. The sixth railway was Preston was the Preston and Blackburn Railway, which opened on the 1st of June 1846, joining the North Union Railway south of Warrington Station, but the company was absorbed into the East Lancashire Railway on the 3rd of August 1846, but the platforms were added to Preston North Union Station on the 2nd of September 1850. There was 3 more railways which came into Preston. The 7th was the North Union Railway's own Victorian Quay branch, which opened on the 2nd of April 1846 and is now today used by the Revell Steam Railway. The 8th line into Preston was the Liverpool, Ormskirk and Preston Railway, which was owned by the East Lancashire Railway, which opened on the 2nd of April 1849. And the last railway to arrive into Preston was the West Lancashire Railway from Southport, which opened on the 16th of September 1882, but by then the railways were owned either by the London North Western Railway or the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway. The station was rebuilt in 1880 with new platforms added. On the west side of the station, more platforms were added in 1903. 10 years later, platforms were added on the eastern side of the station, but the East Lancashire platforms closed in 1972. filming at the south end wasn't too bad, but it got a bit ridiculous after 12 o'clock because there was only like 3 trains in half an hour. It was a 12:09 to Blackburn, a 12:15 to London Euston, and that Blackpool North train which has just arrived. So we're going to take a break now, and then at 1 o'clock we're going to start waiting for this steam loco to arrive. We have heard they could be the 8F 48151, but I don't know yet until I have a look on my phone. Okay, so we had something to eat now, and I've been tracking the train from in the waiting room, and it's at Garstang now. I can confirm that it is the 8F 48151, and it's running a bit late. It's going to be here for 13:18. Well, that was a brief encounter. We're now on the 1317, which was behind the 8F, and we're going back to Warrington Bank Quay on this. Once we get to Warrington Bank Quay, we're actually walking to Warrington Central station. I'm leaving half an hour earlier than planned. We are just about to leave now, so that's enough of Preston Station.
Welcome on board Virgin Trains. We'll be travelling to London Euston, calling at Wigan North Western, Warrington Bank Quay, Crewe, Wolverhampton, Sandwell and Dudley, Birmingham New Street, Birmingham International, Coventry, Milton Keynes Central.
We're now walking it from Warrington Bank Quay to Warrington Central station. Now, I've never done this before, this is absolutely new to me, but I do have on me give me a sec, sorry, here we go. I do have a map of Warrington, so I could look on my phone, but I'm trying to save the battery on my phone. So we're going to walk it down to Warrington Central. If I get there for 2:15, we can actually film at Warrington Central station, because my train's not till 3 o'clock off Warrington, 15:19 to Norwich. Actually, I'm going this way, because it's a bit gravelly there. It's gravelly. And usually on Saturday there's 7 trains out at Warrington Central, but with the Northern strikes there's only 5 trains an hour, so there can be some filming in between them times. Anyway, I'm here at Warrington Central. Warrington Central Station was opened around 1873 and is roughly halfway between the two cities of Liverpool and Manchester. Unlike Warrington Bank Quay, Warrington Central only has diesel trains serving the station. Platform lifts were installed in June 2008 and the entrance building was enlarged and modernised between 2010 and 2011. The station is located close to Warrington Bus Interchange and the adjoining Cheshire Lines warehouse, which is a listed building, has been redeveloped as apartments along with 6 new apartment blocks.
Platform 2, Warren 1436 Northern service to Liverpool Lime Street, calling at Liverpool South Parkway and Liverpool Lime Street, new train and Walton.
We're at Warrington Central Station. Now, to be honest, we came in an hour earlier and got some bonus filming done. Wasn't planning to film at this station. I was actually going to show up and wait for the 15:19, but I left Preston earlier, got here before 2:15, so an hour here. It's a bit dull with 5 trains, but usually on a Saturday it's usually 7 trains, because they're not running the Manchester Airport to Liverpool Line Street service. But it's reasonable traffic, so 5 an hour is pretty good. We're not doing any more filming at stations now, because what we're doing is we're going to Sheffield. I might have a bit of tram filming at Sheffield. If not, I'll probably just film some random stuff at Sheffield station. So go to Sheffield straight from here. At 17:21 I'll go to Wakefield Westgate on a cross country. But the problem is, after I get to Wakefield Westgate, I've got to walk into Wakefield Kirkgate, and I've got to do it, I think, in 45 minutes. I think the walk's 20 minutes, something like that. And then I've got to get the 1831 Grand Central service to Bradford Interchange, and that's where it will end. So when we get to Bradford about 7:15, I think. It was the best thing I could do. Other than that, it was a bus from Blackburn to Bradford, which was an hour and a half, and I didn't really fancy it, to be honest. We're now at Sheffield. As you can see, well, you can't see because I'm in the way, but there's a long line of pacers just sitting there doing nothing because of the northern strikes. In fact, there you go. There's a load of pacers there. On the other side there's some 153s and pacers on that side. And over here there's 2 more pacers just sitting here doing nothing. Right. Put the camera back on me. Just make sure it's... Is that? Yep. So we're basically here till 1721, then I'll get the cross country to Wakefield Westgate. But yeah, it does look like there's less activity here because of the northern strikes. I'm going to get my free the North East ticket now, which I will explain later or the next show, and see what I can do till 1721. Right, we just left Wakefield Westgate Station. Now I've got to get to Wakefield Kirkgate in 35 minutes. Other than that, if I miss this Grand Central to Bradford interchange, that's it, I'm buggered. Because this is the last service. And I can't go by Leeds because my ticket doesn't allow me to go by Leeds. So we've got to get to Wakefield Kirkgate before 6:30. So I better start walking. We're almost at Wakefield Kirkgate Station. It's somewhere around here, but I don't know where. Because behind me, it's right there. And it's like, what, the 6:10, I think. So now I'm thinking, how do I get to Wakefield Kirkgate Station from here? I think path, I think, down here. I need to check my map actually because I do have a map of Wakefield. Yeah, Kirkgate Station that way, so yeah, we're practically here, thank God. But no, we have walked it from Wakefield Westgate. We've been plenty of time for the Grand Central. There was an alternative to get a train from Sheffield to here, which is Nottingham Leeds, but it got in at 27. My train's at 31. Here we go. There's a sign saying Kirkgate that way. I'm actually going to cross here. And right behind me is Kirkgate Station. So, yeah, because this Grand Central that I'm catching is the last one to Bradford. Other than that, I would have had to go by Leeds and probably pay for a new ticket because to go by Bradford to Bradford from here without using Leeds is £2.90 with a rail card. I can't imagine what it was like with a rail card if you had to go by Leeds. But yeah, here's Wakefield Kirkgate Station, and I'm just going in now. As you can see there, they're the last 3 trains out Wakefield Kirkgate. So, like I said, we made it to Wakefield Kirkgate. We're just going under the underpass now. We've got about a good 15 minutes actually. See, there should be a fanfare in a minute by Victory to Wakefield Kirkgate from Westgate Station. So we have beaten the Northern strikes around. Anyway, I'm going on the platform now, wait for my train. The last Sheffield bound train is now gone. In a minute there should be a last Leeds train to arrive, which would have been the one if I planned to get Sheffield to here. In fact, it's just coming in now, and the points are set for the last train out Wakefield Kirkgate, which I'm surprised that we're actually getting the last train out Wakefield Kirkgate this evening. So here comes our last Leeds bound train. So I would have made it actually in time, but it was a bit of a tight gap because if that was late, I would have missed this connection. So our 180 should be arriving very soon. I think it's 2 minutes after that leaves, and then we're going on to Bradford interchange, which is where and then it's Water Bradford Forster Square because that's actually where I'm staying tonight. But I might do some stuff quick before we go to the hotel. In about a second, the very last train to depart Wakefield Kirkgate this evening is arriving. And this is the last train to Bradford as well. And there's people in the way as per usual.
Gentlemen, the Muppet Bar will shut for course in 5 minutes time. If you wish to make your final purchases, please make your way to coach, please.
now arrived at Bradford. We just left Bradford. Bradford interchange station now. You might just see, we just see a quick, you can see our Warington Central there, but our canopy's in the way. As we do for this car park here. What do I do for this car park? It's a little better. Anyway, so down below is Bradford interchange station, but before I go to Foster Square area, I'm going to show you where Bradford exchange station used to be, which is literally just behind this bridge. This right here is where Bradford exchange station used to lie, before they closed exchange and made interchange. We're now in the Travelodge at Bradford Central, next to Bradford Foster Square station. I'll tell you now from out here, because your station is just right there. The lights are on, but they're not. So it looks like they've closed, waiting for the London North Eastern Railway to come in, and that's it. That station only had one train out at 6:30 this morning, and one train to come in at 10:20. That's it. Anyway, so we have beaten Northern today, even though they tried to screw us big time before the timetable. The timetable got published on real-time trains the week before today, so it's last Saturday. So all day Sunday I was planning. Oh, it gave me a bloody headache, I'll tell you that, but I managed to find a way. This was the last resort plan. It worked very well, so I can't really say anything about it. Did Warrington Station, okay, did get Flying Scotsman due to their due works in the Manchester area, fair enough. We got Les Ross at Preston, which I was planning to get that tour at Carlisle with the steamer, no, at Carnforth side with the steamer, but there was only a bus from Lancaster at 8 o'clock in the morning, then 12 o'clock. It left Carnforth siding at 11:21, so I wouldn't be able to make it. But I got Les Ross a bit further up north, which I'm happy with. Then we went back to when we stayed at Preston to get the 8F passing through, which that was alright. I was thinking of chasing that actually, but no, I'm happy with that. Then we went back to Warrington Bank Quay to get to Warrington Central. Got there early, so we did some filming there, no problems. Then went over to Sheffield, just photoed the northern units that was sitting there doing nothing. Then went over to Wakefield Westgate, walked it to Kirkgate, got the last train out of Wakefield Kirkgate to Bradford, and also the last train out of Wakefield Kirkgate itself, because after 6:30 there was empty stop movements, because Northern during the strikes decided to finish early. So we got to Bradford, which is good. We're out of place with bus as well, which is brilliant. So tomorrow's plan, because we're going to start with the Freedom of the North East. I'll explain it later, but here's the ticket now. It's a Rover ticket, 4 out of 8 days, covers you from Sheffield all the way up to Berwick-upon-Tweed. So we are actually going to go to Berwick-upon-Tweed tomorrow. But we're going to do Chesterley Street, I think I'm doing Durham, Berwick-upon-Tweed and Darlington, I think, tomorrow. But we are doing a few stations up in the north area. We'll be ending this at Newcastle tomorrow, because I've got 2 nights in Newcastle. So I will bid you farewell. You can subscribe, Simon Trades, Railway Journeys Facebook, Simon Trades Twitter, Simon Trades Instagram. Thank you for watching, and I will see you. I'll probably upload this Wednesday, do like a Sunday Wednesday thing. So I'll see you on day 2.